Hello everyone and welcome to another video on the channel. And I'm in one of the slowest cars in the games at the moment. So this is a brand new car added into the game actually, a VW Carmen Ghia. So, you know what the thing is about this car though? It's got a lot of history, it's a really nice car, but it's incredibly slow. They added it into the game with the festival playlist, obviously for this week. If you complete 50% of it, you get it. And then they also added another Volkswagen, which is in this event here, which is, I don't even know exactly what it's called, but I'll show you guys once I get into the garage. Anyway, like I said, when I said this was slow, it is slow. Like, it is very slow. It's got like 50 horsepower. It's very slow. It doesn't weigh a lot, but it's very slow. 0 to 60 in a little while. It still hasn't hit 60 yet. There it goes, there's 60. So it's, as you can see, we got our work cut out for us if you want to turn this thing into something a lot faster. So I don't really know exactly what sort of modifications we can do to this thing. I haven't actually checked yet, but I am hoping some Porsche inspired parts because, I mean, it is a VW. Porsche was part of the group at the same time. I feel like we can have some Porsche engines available for this car. Again, like I said, I haven't checked, but I really do hope so. And we can get this thing to be ridiculously fast because it'll just be funny to look at this absolute classic and then turning this thing into pretty much a Porsche. So, garage. Upgrade and tuning. Let's go to our engine swaps. We have a few of them. We have a 2-liter flat 4, which is most likely a Subaru engine. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm gonna say it is. We have another one that's a rally engine, a rally version of it. Okay, well, it could be literally the same engine, except one of them's just like tuned differently. And we have a 4-liter flat 6, which is a Porsche engine, like I said. Slapping that in. Of course we are. Should I keep this rear-wheel drive? I mean, our tires aren't really that great for rear-wheel drive action with this car. I don't really know if I should keep it rear-wheel drive. Let's just do all-wheel drive, why not? And then we can also twin-turbo this thing, which already makes 577 horsepower without any upgrades to the engine itself. We got a few parts here. We got a street bumper, we got the Forza lip, and then we have no bumper at all, which just looks weird. It looks like it has a little mouth at the bottom. I kind of want to keep the bumper that's already on it now. I want to keep the classic look of this thing. Oh my god, we can have a roof rack on it. Yeah, sure, why not? Why not? And then we'll keep all the chrome bits on it because they just look good. As for our tires, we have obviously a good selection of them since the stock tires are pretty much terrible. We have vintage tires, don't we? Vintage race tires. What are the vintage race tires compared to the normal race tires like? So 6.1, 9.2, 10, 6.1. Okay, they're a little bit worse. They're a little bit worse than our normal race tires. I might just put normal race tires on this thing just because. Just because I don't think that the vintage race tires will actually be able to handle this. We're at 155 tires. That is stupid. So 225s. And then on the back, 245s. Should definitely help out a little bit, especially putting all this power down. This thing does not weigh much. Even the wheels I kind of want to keep stock. Like, visually on the exterior, I kind of want to keep this fairly standard, fairly stock. I mean, obviously the wheels now are a lot wider than what they should be, so it just looks a little bit interesting. But, like, I don't want to really change much on the exterior of this car. Obviously, except for modifications that will help me, you know, either handle the car a little bit better or go a little bit faster. But other than that, I feel like most of it I want to keep as stock as possible looking on the outside, so that's what I'm gonna go with for this little build here. So then pretty much everything else I'm just gonna slap race parts to. So first of all, we can make it so it's fully upgrade. That's got drift suspension. I can already see because the amount of parts that we can have for us. Oh my god. We got drift suspension, boys. Look how low that gets. That's just cool looking. I don't even care. I'm putting that on. I just want it to be that low. I don't, again, like I said, I don't really care about it actually having drift suspension, but it's, look how low it is because of it. That is ridiculous. And we pretty much have everything else bought. Now I guess just upgrade the engine of this thing. I don't remember how much power the 4-liter flat 6 actually makes once it's fully upgraded. Does it make over 1,000 horsepower? 910? 960. We finish off with 960 and it weighs 911 kilos. It's got a better power to weight ratio. It's better than the Koenigsegg 1-to-1 for power to weight ratio. The 1-to-1 power to weight ratio doesn't apply for this car because it's just better. Let's install the setup and let's drive it. I feel like this could be fairly fast at a straight line as well because it's somewhat curvy. It should be decent. I don't really know about. I mean, again, I'm not really expecting this thing to be a really, really fast straight line car. I kind of want this thing to handle well now, because especially since we can put the drift suspension on it. I'll just keep the gear ratios the way they are. I don't really care, to be completely honest. The only thing, however, I will end up changing is... Wait, what's... Okay, it is as low as possible. I will change this, though, so it's a little bit more rear biased when it comes to that. And I'll just fully lock everything. I'll just go 100 for everything. And we'll see what this thing drives like. So it does still have 20% of the power going to the front wheels, which is what all-wheel drive drift cars, I'm doing like air quotes, all-wheel drive drift cars usually run. Sometimes they run even more power going to the rear wheels, but this is a different animal. This is a completely different animal now. Oh my god. Oh, it's a little slippery. It's a little sketchy. It just keeps on going. I'll test out the top speed of this thing, just so I'll have it tested out. But other than that, it's just completely different. I really love how this looks. I love how low it is. And I like that I kept the standard wheels and all the chrome bits on it, because it just looks good. It just looks really, really good, low. I like it. I really, really like that. I think that looks great. Okay. We'll start from 0. Sounds good. I mean, it just goes. This is the drift suspension. It is a little sketchy when I'm trying to turn it to a corner. And the fully locked diff. Ooh, it is slightly soft still, so it's a little all over the place. $230 miles per hour like a breeze. 232. Like I said, it's a little all over the place. Okay, well, I crashed it. That was... It's a fast car. It's definitely a fast car. I don't know how you'd probably... I don't know. I think as a rear-wheel drive, this thing probably wouldn't be able to handle all this power. I mean, even now, as an all-wheel drive, with a lot of power going through the rear wheels, it is somewhat difficult to drive. I'm gonna give it more power to the rear wheels. I want to see how it handles it. I'm gonna give it like 85%. I'm gonna give it 85% and I want to see if this thing can take it. Whoa! Yeah, it still has that front end pull. Like you can feel it when you're... You can feel it when you're driving. This is mad. Again, because it's all-wheel drive, I mean, all you have to do in the corner is just accelerate. And you should be good to go. There's no real difficulty when it comes to actually sliding a car like this. Again, as a rear-wheel drive, especially if you add like 900 horsepower to it. To a rear-wheel drive only car. I mean, I guess the power to weight ratio would be even better if I just kept it. If I would have kept the rear-wheel drive, because then it'll just be... Is this rear-engined? That's the one thing I wasn't really paying attention. Is this rear-engine rear-wheel drive? It is rear-engine. That's why it handles so weird. That's why it handles so weird. It's weird because the front end... I don't know. It's just the way... I don't really know how to explain it, to be completely honest. But it feels... It doesn't feel like a front-engine rear-wheel drive car. Or front-engine all-wheel drive car. it feels like a Porsche when you're driving it. It's an interesting car. It's very, very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and take it to Fortune Island, as we usually do. If I'm going to go ahead and test something out for drifting, it has to be done on Fortune Island. And it has to be done on the needle climb. I will take it downhill. I don't really want to go uphill with this thing because I don't know if I'll be able to handle it properly, but I will go downhill and I'll test it out. And I'll see if it's any good or bad. Hopefully it's not raining. It should be. It's okay. Looks like it's gonna be fine. Alright, let's do a rundown and I'll give my final verdict on it. So far it's a fun car to drive. So far it's a very fun car to drive. Especially just fully maxed out with all these parts on it. I feel like it's a good car to drive. This definitely doesn't need this much power. I'm not even using sim steering. Second gear is very good by the looks of things. Very, very smooth. Again, I don't know what it'll be like with sim steering on, but so far with just normal steering, no tune on it whatsoever. It's just sort of upgraded and that's it. It's got a lot of power. It just pulls you out of the corners so easily. The one thing I'd really like to change is my gear ratios slightly. So third gear, or pretty much all the gears, would be a little bit shorter, especially third gear. Because I feel third gear would be very, very useful for this, but it seems to rev a little bit slower. And I also probably would, instead of changing my gear ratios, probably change my tires. Just put sports tires on it instead of race tires. This thing doesn't have enough power, I think, to warrant the race tires for sliding around. So I think sports tires would do this just nicely. Wouldn't really need race tires for it to work the way it's supposed to work. But yeah, it's a simple little build, simple little car. It drives pretty alright, to be completely honest. I have no issues with it. No issues spinning out or anything like that. I mean, I'm not really going for points or anything like that. I'm just sort of testing this thing out. And it's doing a decent job. It's doing a decent job. It's an alright little car to have a little bit of fun with. Very, very easy to control. Well, I guess that's it for this video. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this on the channel, don't forget to subscribe. I will go ahead and check out the other VW as well in a different video. If it's, I guess, useful enough, or if it's good enough to test it out. I'm going to see what sort of options we can have on the car, what changes and what modifications we can have on it, and if it's something kind of crazy, something interesting, I may do a build on it. If you guys want to see that, let me know down in the comments below, and maybe you've done a build on it yourself and you think it's good enough for me to check it out. Let me know what sort of build you've done, maybe like a rally build, drag build, whatever, and I'll give it a shot and see if it's any good. But yeah, for now, that's it. This was the VW Carmen Ghia, obviously brand new car into the game, and I thought we'd check it out to see what it's like. It's a fun car. But yeah, again, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.